would you like to be more creative?
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Seriously. Okay. Then you've got to brush away the tiredness of the day. Okay. And just pay attention to me for 45 minutes. Okay. Because what I'm going to share with you will change your life. Okay. And I know that it will only, and I don't say this out of arrogance. None of these thoughts or ideas are my own. There's stuff that I've, accumulated over the years and actually put together. But I know that this has changed my life. And these principles, if you can just understand them, trust me, it will be a life-changing moment for you. So without further ado, I just hope I have everyone's attention for a bit. So here's what I'm going to start with. I'm going to start with a simple question. Okay. Okay. Firstly, this session comes with a minimum guarantee. Okay. The minimum guarantee is that if you pay attention to me, then I guarantee you that all of you will become more creative by 5% or your money back. Minimum, minimum 5% or your money back. I'm doing this for free. So
how much money back?
Yeah. But seriously, 5% is minimum guarantee. Okay. It may be 10, 20, 30, 40. It depends on so many things, depends on the attention you pay, depends on your base, depends on lots of things. But 5% guarantee. Okay. So how does that sound? Sounds good?
Great.
Okay, let's go. So I'm going to start with, just allow me two definitions. Okay. Little bit of theory I have to give you. So I have to give you these two definitions. Just allow me this. After that, I promise you everything is practical. But just pay attention to this, because if you pay attention to what I'm saying, trust me, everything else will make sense and it will transform the way you think. Okay. So the first question I want to ask you is, what is a creative idea? Can anyone help me with what is a creative idea?
Out of the box.
Bringing something
Out of the box.
Out of box.
Out of the box, something new. Yeah.
Something that didn't exist before.
Something that didn't exist before. Anybody else?
Unusual.
Unusual, yes.
Power of imagination.
Power of imagination, lovely.
Something that was never thought of.
Something that was never thought of.
Looking at the same scenarios, but coming up with something entirely new.
Superb. Looking at the same scenario, but coming up with something entirely
Innovation. Innovation.
Innovation, yes, lovely.
Maybe reusing what we've already got.
Reusing what you've already got, yes.
As they call retooling something.
Retooling, yes, yes. So Ani, you're on mute. So if your lips were just moving, that's okay. But if you wanted to say something, you will need to get your
creativity.
Power of the mind.
Power of the mind. Yes. Okay, good. So without further ado, I want to say that everything that all of you have said is right. And welcome, Anand. Nice to see you.
Same here, Adi. Hi.
So all that you all have said is right. Okay. But I'm just going to complete it a little bit. Yeah. I'm going to complete it by giving you, there's actually two definitions for what is a creative idea. There's the classical definition and there's the working definition. And if you don't pay attention to anything else in this session, just pay attention to this, because this is so critical, I can't tell you. Okay. So here's the classical definition of what is a creative idea. Classical definition goes like this. A creative idea has two components. A creative idea has two components: novelty and relevance. Novelty and relevance. Okay. So I'm going to fly that past you again. A creative idea has two components: novelty and relevance. Novelty is newness, unusualness, innovation, something new, all of those things, everything that everyone has said. Okay. Relevance is the ability to solve the problem for which it was created. Okay. So I personally don't like the term creative idea. I prefer the term creative solution. Okay. Because for us, for all of us, creativity has purpose, and relevance is about actually meeting that purpose. Okay. So at this point in time in the session, some bright spark will normally stand up. Any bright sparks here? No? Sure. There must be a question at least. Yeah, there's the bright spark. Mansi, go for it.
Can you elaborate a little bit on the part that you said, the second one, the relevance part?
Yeah. Okay, she's getting brighter. She's getting into tapping me. Okay, wonderful. So, yeah, relevance is really about being. So the first thing is that we create for a reason, okay, or we create for a purpose. A creative solution or a creative idea has to eventually solve that purpose or solve that problem. Okay, so relevance is vis-a-vis the purpose or objective or problem that actually initiated the process of creativity. I don't know if that helps, Hansi.
So, as per my understanding, when a creative idea pops up, you don't predetermine it to be a solution. You're just experimenting with it generally. I mean, that's my idea about it. And then, you know, boom, if it works, it works. Otherwise, you get on to another creative idea, so to speak. But if you're already having a set point of view about it working or not working, then you're using your intelligence a lot and logic a lot. And that's when creativity probably may just not be there. That's my understanding.
Absolutely right. And what you're talking about is the process of creativity, and we will come to that. What I'm talking about is a definition of an idea, okay, of a creative idea or a creative solution. So the definition is, one, it has to be new. Two, it has to solve, at the end of it, it has to solve a problem, or it has to fulfill a purpose. If it doesn't do that, then it's meaningless, okay? So it has to have these two components. Now, typically the bright spark in the room will say, what about Picasso?
Yeah.
Okay. So Picasso was new. Was Picasso relevant?
It's a new one. That's it.
He was new. Yes. New part he got.
No,
It's a new
no, his works would have given a lot of pleasure to a lot of people, collectors and art lovers.
Yes. Okay.
I mean, it achieved a purpose.
It achieved that purpose, yes. So the actual answer to the bright spark is we don't know whether Picasso was relevant or not, because we don't know what was his purpose or what was his problem, because he never told me, you know. So he never told me why he did this stuff, okay? But he could have done it for self-expression. He could have done it for money. He could have done it for fame. He could have done it for love. He could have done it for a whole bunch of things. Okay, we can only assume that at the end of it, it did meet some of those purposes and it did tick some of those boxes. And therefore, there's a good chance that it is creative. Okay, because newness is certainly there. And certainly it solved a whole bunch of problems, created, you know, it met certain purposes in life, as Nitin said, with people and perhaps with himself. And therefore, we can assume that it was creative. But the actual answer is we don't know, because we don't know why he created or what was his purpose. Okay. So until we know that, typically, it's difficult for us to judge. Okay. But now let me move on. Is everyone clear on this definition? Yeah. Two components, novelty and
Relevance.
Arey, superb. You guys are too good. Okay. You had a 50-50 chance. Okay. So
आदि ने पूरा पोचा मार दिया हम पे.
absolutely. There you go. Okay. So we knew someone would come up with that at some stage, you know, and whether you have pani or whether you have puri, it had to be someone or the other. Okay. Let's move on.
So this is called returning in the same coin.
Okay. No.
This is called creative ideation.
I was just kidding.
Please.
You know, my school friends know not to tease me about that. It comes with a little bit of understanding. Okay. But anyway, so this is the first definition. Let me talk to you about the second definition, because the second one is even more exciting. The second definition is the working definition of a creative idea. And if you don't pay attention to anything else, you pay attention to this, because this is critical. If you know this, okay, then you know how to be creative. Okay. And here's the second definition. And I'll have to go slowly. So I'll tell you once, then I'll fly it back to you in English. Okay. Here it goes. The definition is a creative idea is the synthesis. Synthesis means joining or combination. A creative idea is the synthesis of two hitherto unrelated ideas to form a new relevant idea. Now I'll fly this back to you in slow motion and in English. A creative idea is the synthesis. Synthesis means joining of two hitherto means up to now, unrelated ideas. So two ideas that were not related, you join them to form something new. Okay? And obviously, if they've never been joined before, if you join these two things which have never been joined before, the joining has to be new.
Absolutely.
Yeah? So this is the working definition of a creative idea. And I'm going to show you a few examples of this. When we were in school, we used to get this thing in the canteen, a round thing. It was called...
Vada.
Absolutely. Who got that? 30 points. Okay. So we used to get this thing called vada. Okay. And far away, somewhere near Worli Naka, there was this place called City Bakery.
Yeah.
And it used to make this thing called
How?
Superb. You guys are too good. And some idiot took these two things and put them together, and you got
Vada pav.
Wow.
Vada?
Which is popular even today.
Yeah, and you know why I say some idiot? Because the guy didn't patent it. If the guy had patented, if he had patented vada pav, he would have been a multi-billion dollar.
True.
It would have been a McDonald's of the day, actually.
Much bigger. Yeah, we beat them on population alone. Okay, so vada pav. Two things which were unrelated, brought together, okay, to give you something that is new and relevant. Vada pav. Okay. Now, if you think about it, it's there everywhere in our daily life. Szechuan, dosa. Chinese, bhel. Idli, sambar. Okay. It's there everywhere. Ice cream, pav. No, nobody likes ice cream pav. Okay, let's look at ice cream pav for a moment. Is ice cream pav new?
Yes.
Very much. Very much.
Irrelevant. Superb. Okay,
Mirchi and ice cream.
Cream biscuit is a popular form. In Churchgate mein milta hai, Rustam ji.
Yeah.
Sandwich.
You're right.
Sandwich ice
But not pav.
Not pav.
Mirchi and ice cream.
Mirchi and ice cream. Okay, hang on. But let's take ice cream pav for now. Okay. So ice cream pav has met the first criteria, which is newness. Okay. And we're debating whether it meets the second criteria, which is relevance. Okay. And Aurora Shakti, I don't know whether you are Aurora or Shakti.
Nidhi. I'm Nidhi.
Okay. Nidhi has said that it's irrelevant. And I agree with her. Okay. But let me tell you a quick story. Once upon a time, long time back, before I was born, okay, there was a guy who went into the desert, and he was walking in the desert, and he got
Dehydrated.
come on, guys, so simple. He got
Thirsty.
He felt thirsty.
He got what?
Dehydrated.
Sunstroke.
He got sunburn.
He got lost.
He got lost. I mean, how you guys don't know this story? Okay, so man was walking in the desert and he got lost. Okay, and he got lost, and after 1 day went, 2 days, he started feeling thirsty, hungry. 3 days went, thirsty, hungry. He thought, I'm going to die in the desert. And then suddenly in the distance he saw, you know what he saw? He saw
Oasis.
Ice cream pav.
Mirage.
He saw an oasis.
Ice cream pav.
why? So simple. You guys don't know anything. He saw a sada hua coconut tree. He saw a sada hua coconut, okay, sada hua coconut tree. And under the sada hua coconut tree, you know what he found?
Coconut.
Coconut.
Dates.
Water.
Dates.
guys are hopeless here. He found a champagne bucket. How could you not know? Found,
What do you
he
found?
found a champagne
bucket.
Champagne bucket. Oh my.
And in that champagne bucket, you know what was there?
Ice.
Ice cream pow. Now, here's the question. 3 days in the desert, lost, hungry, thirsty, he finds ice cream pow. Relevant
Relevant
or
now.
not relevant?
Absolutely.
Relevant.
Oh God, he would have gobbled it
Relevant.
up. He would have gobbled it up.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
Very relevant.
right, now because the problem has shifted. See, in the earlier case, the problem was taste. That's why Nidhi said irrelevant. Okay? But now the problem is hunger, thirst. And now suddenly this solution is creative. It's relevant. It's new and it's relevant. Okay? So
It's circumstantial.
absolutely, absolutely. It is contextual. It depends on what you define as the problem. Okay? So a creative idea has two components, novelty and relevance, very critical. Okay? A creative idea is the synthesis of two hitherto unrelated ideas to form a new relevant idea. Okay, does this make sense so far? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, superb. So now we're going to do a small game. Okay, so I need a volunteer. Okay, I'll tell you what kind of volunteer I want. I want a volunteer who genuinely believes that he or she is not creative.
Not
My God, so many hands going up. Okay, I have to tell you that you're all wrong because all of us are born creative. And then we go through 23 years of learning how not to be creative, and it's called education. But yeah, I'll take one of you. Who would like to go? Seriously. Nidhi?
Yeah, I'm very uncreative.
You're creative. I know you're creative. But we're going to do this little exercise with you. Okay, we're going to do actually 2 exercises with Nidhi. Okay, Nidhi, ready?
No,
Yeah?
I'm terrified.
No, don't be terrified. They're simple exercises. Okay, all of you, everybody else can go on mute. Okay, just so that we don't get too much disturbance. And I'm going to now share my screen. Yeah. Okay, let's go. So this is a little bit of revision. So what to expect from this session: minimum guarantee 5% or your money back. Creative idea has 2 components, novelty and relevance. Working definition, synthesis of 2 hitherto unrelated ideas. What is synthesis? What is hitherto? Okay, and here we come to the secret of creativity, and there are 2 exercises. And Nidhi, you're ready?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to do exercise 1. Okay. Nidhi, do you like animals?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, superb, superb. So Nidhi, I want you to imagine that it's your birthday. Okay, so happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. So it's your birthday and you're having a party and all your friends come home and they all say happy birthday and they give you something or the other. Okay, and this one best friend of yours gives you this dabba. And you open the dabba and there's a
Cat.
close.
Okay.
There's a
Rose.
close, I said, not rose. There's a,
I didn't hear. What's there in it?
you have to tell me. You open the box,
I said cat.
but it's not a cat.
Okay,
I'm just messing with you. Okay, there's a puppy dog. Okay, right? And she says happy birthday and gives you this puppy dog as a gift. Okay, and you are so sweet, so cute. What so sweet, so cute? I'll have to bloody take the bugger out for a piss for 13 years. Okay, so yeah, but so sweet, so cute. You say everything. You're very happy and all of that. And then we come to exercise 1. Okay. And exercise 1 is that you have to think of names for this dog.
Okay.
Okay. So you're going to think of some names for this dog. You're going to create some names for this dog and I'm going to write them down. Okay. So Go ahead.
No poop.
Sorry?
No poop.
No poop. Oh, lovely.
Name.
No help.
Okay. See, I'm so non-creative. I can't.
No, come on. Just names for a dog. It's such a simple exercise.
Snoopy.
Snoopy, lovely.
More. Do I have
Yeah.
to say more?
Yeah, more.
Jack.
Jack. Okay, good. Superb. Fantastic. Please, everyone, give her a big hand. Okay. This is exercise 1. Okay, done?
Yeah.
Now we come to exercise 2. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And exercise 2 is a speed exercise, Nidhi. Okay.
Okay.
It's a
Okay.
speed exercise. And what I want you to do is, I want you to tell me objects in the room. Okay. But it's a speed exercise. So you have to tell me, really, really fast. And it can be anything. It can be this, it can be this, it can be this, it can be this, it can be, this, it can be this, it can be anything you like, whatever you want. Objects in the room. Speed exercise as fast as you can. Tell me starting now.
Chair, sofa, table, candle, TV, showpieces, plants, cutlery, speaker, carpet, toys, computer, laptop, medicines, table.
Okay. Stop. Okay, now here's the question.
Yeah.
Which exercise, this is not for you, Nidhi. Okay,
Yeah.
this is for everyone else. Okay. Which exercise do you think Nidhi found easier? Exercise 1 or exercise 2?
Two, the second one.
Okay, Nidhi, did you find exercise 2 easier?
Yeah, of course.
Yes, of course. So now you know the secret of creativity.
Yeah, it's difficult.
No.
You have to
That's
observe.
not- Okay, let me tell you the secret of creativity. Okay, are you ready? Bring
Yeah.
your ear close to the mic. Bring your ear close to the speaker. Nidhi,
Yeah, it's here.
bring your ear close. I have to whisper so that nobody else hears.
Okay.
The secret of creativity is. Got it?
Yeah. It's
Fantastic. Nobody else heard, no? You all think I'm crack. I know. Okay. So, okay, let me tell you the secret of creativity. Okay? The secret of creativity is, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
The secret of creativity is, suppose these were names for a dog. Why can't you call your dog sofa or candle or TV, or laptop? If he's cute and small and he sits on your lap, why can't you call him laptop? No, you can't call him laptop. Okay, let me ask you a question. Can you call your dog Diamond?
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course you can. If you can call him Moti, can't you call him Diamond?
Yes, of course.
And can you call your dog Giraffe?
It's irrelevant.
Yeah. If you can call him
Tiger.
you can't call him Giraffe.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. Okay. So you can actually call your dog anything. Anything. I mean, who cares? It's your dog. What goes of anyone else's father? Right? It's my dog, for heaven's sake. If he's cute and small and sits on my lap, I can call him carpet or laptop or whatever I want. Right?
Right.
Okay, hang on. Let me just tell you a story. Let me tell you a story because this is important. Okay, because I can see some gears going on in your head. Okay, so I want to tell you this story, and it's a very exciting story. Once upon a time, very long back, before I was born, and before Nitin was born also. Okay, there was this man in a small village in a little corner in India. Okay, and he went for a walk. Went for a walk. And while he was walking, he heard a sound. What sound? No, no. He heard a sound which was,
Dog.
yeah.
Dog barking.
Yeah, so he went and he looked and he found this little puppy dog.
Yes.
And he said, so cute, and he took him home. And he took him home to the village and he told everyone, I've got a new puppy dog. And everybody was damn happy and everything. And they said, fantastic, fantastic. And he says, you know what, I'm going to give it a name. So they all looked at him and said, okay, what do you mean by that? So he said, no, we give it a name. Like, you know, human beings have names. I'm going to give the dog also a name. So villagers scratched their head and said, okay, this sounds very strange, but if you want to give him a name, go ahead. Okay. So he said, I'm going to call him Tiger. I'm going to call him Tiger. And you know what? Everybody laughed. And they said, ha, 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 ha. How can you call your dog Tiger? He's not a tiger, he's a dog. You know? Because until then, no one had ever called their dog Tiger. Right? True story, huh? Actually not, but doesn't matter. Okay. So until then, nobody had called their dog Tiger. So they said, ha, 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 ha. How can you call your dog Tiger? But then one day he said, no, I don't care. They all said Chakram, Chakram. But he said, no, I don't care. I'm going to call him Tiger. And then about 5, 7, 10, 15 days later, the village was attacked by
Tiger.
No, yeah. By dacoits. In the middle of the night at 3 a.m., there were dacoits. They came and attacked the village. And everybody was?
Running helter-skelter.
No, they were all asleep. 3 o'clock means what? Running helter-skelter. They're all asleep. Okay. They were all asleep, fast asleep, except
Tiger.
Right. Except Tiger. And Tiger saw these dacoits and he said, bow, 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 bow. And he went to one corner of the village and he did bow, bow, bow. Then he went to another corner and he did bow, bow, bow. And a third corner and he did bow, bow, bow. And the dacoits
Ran away.
ran away. And the villagers got up and they saw Tiger barking and they saw the dacoits running in backshot. Okay. And they said, what a brave dog. He is truly a
Tiger.
tiger. Okay. That's not the end of the story. Okay. The end of the story is that 3 months later, this man again went to have a small walk. And while he was walking, Tiger was going and having his own walk. And a bullock cart came and ran over Tiger. And Tiger died. Okay, but that's not the end of the story. 6 months later, yet another man went for yet another walk. And while he was having his yet another walk, he heard a sound. What sound he heard? And he went and he saw a small dog. And he brought it back to the village. And he said, I've got a new dog. I've got a dog. And I'm going to call him Tiger. And this time nobody laughed. And this phenomenon is something called diffusion of innovation. This is how innovations diffuse through society. When they start out, everybody laughs. Laughter is the symptom of a good idea because nobody laughs at an old joke. So laughter is a symptom of a good idea. When the man, the fool on the hill, saw the sun going round, okay, or rather he saw the earth going around the sun, everybody laughed and said, you're the fool on the hill, okay? Everybody laughed. But then, that's the first stage. The second stage is what we call copycat, where somebody else comes and copies this idea. And this time nobody laughs. And then more and more people copy the idea. It's called proliferation. And the last stage is anomalik, which is cliche, which is everybody is doing the same thing, right? And now nobody cares that you call your damn dog Tiger, right? It's a cliche, right? So that's how all ideas diffuse through society. They start as a brilliant, new, radical, shocking thought that nobody can accept in the beginning. Then they get copied and copied and copied and copied, and then they become a cliche. So, sorry? Yeah, so there's no reason why you can't call your dog anything you want, okay? He's your dog. And what I did was I allowed you to explore that. So I'm going to now share with Nidhi and with all of you what we actually did in the 2 exercises. Okay, Nidhi, can I do that?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So I'm going to stop the share. In exercise 1, I created a cupboard in Nidhi's head which said names for a dog. Okay. And I said, Nidhi, this is your problem cupboard, names for a dog. Okay. Now I need a solution that will fit inside this cupboard. Okay. And Nidhi went to the cupboard names for a dog. First, she didn't. I loved her first name. But after that, Snoopy, she went into the cupboard dog, opened the door, and pulled out a name from the cupboard dog and put it back into the cupboard dog. Now, since that name had come from the cupboard dog, it's not going to be new in the cupboard dog, right? It can't be. So then what I did was I made life very simple for Nidhi. I set off a small nuclear explosion under the cupboard dog, and I exploded the cupboard dog. And I said, forget the cupboard dog. Let's explore another cupboard, which is called objects in the room. And it was a cupboard with a whole lot of lovely stuff. And she just pulled stuff out of it. Carpet, TV, laptop, this, that. And then I said, okay, now let's put all this stuff into the cupboard names for a dog. Now, because they had come from the cupboard names, objects in the room, and I put them into the cupboard names for a dog, they were new in the cupboard names for a dog, right? Yes?
Yes.
Because they didn't come from there, right? So of my definition, one part you got for free, which is newness. Now, what about relevance? How long did she take to get those 10 objects in the room? About what? 15 seconds? Yeah. So in a minute, how many? About 30. In an hour, how many? Approximately shitloads. And then after an hour, she could have aram se sat down and decided whether her dog was a TV or an apple or a Zambia or a beetle or a rolling stone or a planet Mars or a something else, right? So she could have, so what she would have done would have been to explore for newness and select for relevance. Explore for newness and select for relevance. In our life, if you look at newness and relevance on a continuum, okay, when we are faced with a problem, we start from relevance and we try and make the solution as new as possible. Very tough. Instead, the creative way is you start from newness. Very easy. You just explore cupboards outside your problem cupboard. Explore any cupboard you like. It could be music, it could be astronomy, it could be names for a dog, it could be any cupboard, right? And then you pull stuff from that cupboard and retrofit it or join it into your cupboard, which is your problem cupboard. And you know what this is called? It's called thinking out of the
Box.
Aha.
Thinking
We
out of
all
the
heard
box.
that phrase, thinking out of the box.
Cupboard,
Okay.
cupboard.
But we've never
Thinking out
really
of the cupboard.
understood. Yeah. So from now on, I want you to think of it as thinking out of the cupboard,
Thinking on the TV.
if you like. So
Hi, Jago.
it's important. Hi, Jagdish. So thinking out of the cupboard or thinking out of the box is a very important part of creative ideation. Yeah. Now, does this make sense or does this make sense? Yeah,
Makes sense.
makes sense. That's what I also thought. Okay, excellent. Any questions so far? No questions. None at all. Wonderful. Okay. So,
Everybody left thinking, Adi.
sorry,
Everybody started thinking now.
everybody started thinking. I hope not. I hope
Jagdish.
yeah, okay. So that's creative thinking, right? Now let's see if the theory actually works, right? So I'm going to demonstrate in my own field, which is advertising. I'm going to do a small demo. I'm going to do a small exercise for which I need another scape. I mean, volunteer. I want someone that I don't know, who I've never met. Sukhdeep, I've met you. Sukhdeepak, I've met you. Sandeep, well, yeah. Okay, Sandeep, chalo. I'll tell you what kind of person. I want someone who has a book. Do you have an access to a book or novel or something close by?
Yeah, yeah, not so
Not
good.
at the moment.
Not at the moment. Okay, Sukhdeepak, you have? Acha,
Yeah.
Atul has. Okay, Sandhya, no. I know you and you know me, and they'll say it's been rigged. Atul, they'll believe, you'll believe that it's not rigged if it comes from Atul, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, Atul, you have a book?
Yes.
What book is it? Golf. Wonderful. I used to be a golfer. Okay, excellent. So
I wrote this.
you did. Excellent. So what is it? It's a self-help book or what?
Mastering Business Success.
Superb. Now, Atul, tell me something. Do we know each other?
Other than the fact that we're humans?
No, but other than that, we don't know each other.
No.
You don't know me.
Absolutely not.
We've never met.
Never.
There's no setting between us.
Definitely no setting.
Definitely no setting. Okay, anybody believes that there's any setting between me and Atul, tell me now. Afterwards, don't cry.
You can only laugh.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Then you tell me if you want to change Atul or the book or both. Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to write a script in my business, right? So I'm in advertising. So I'm going to write a TV script, a script for a TV spot, a 30-second TV spot for drugs. Well, not for drugs, anti-drugs, like, you know, don't do it, that kind of a film. Okay, not do it, do it. Okay, so I'm going to do a anti-drugs film, right? And Atul is going to help me. So I need to come up with this idea for drugs, okay, for a film for drugs. And Atul is going to help me. And how Atul is going to help me is he's going to open this book at random, okay? And he's going to tell me the first word that he sees in that book. And I'm going to use that word to stimulate me, to get me out of my cupboard drugs and into another cupboard and come up with a creative idea for drugs. And I'm going to do this in, how much time can you give me? How much time?
30 seconds.
How much?
30 seconds.
2 minutes. 2 minutes? Wow, you guys are tough.
One
I'm going-
minute.
Huh? 1 minute.
1 minute.
Okay, no, I'm going to do it in 5 seconds.
1 minute.
Oh,
I was about to say that. Knowing Adi, I would say 5 seconds.
Okay.
So I'm going to do it in 5 seconds. And now if you think there's any setting, tell me now. Huh? Afterwards, don't tell me.
no, I think you've tricked all of us into the 5-second piece.
We will pass.
Okay, so Atul, are you ready to help me?
Yes.
Okay, now here's a couple of rules. Firstly, don't help me. Okay.
Okay.
You should genuinely open the book and whatever is the first word that you see, don't try and help me. Don't say, oh, he's such a sweet boy. He has such a sweet beard. Let's give him an easy word like skeleton. No, don't do that. Okay. Genuinely, the first word that you see, you need to tell me. Okay. Don't try and screw me also and say, yeah, let's get a difficult one. No, not like that. Just genuinely the first word that you see. Just a few small rules, which is it needs to be a word with meaning. So it can't be the, of, nor can it be a proper noun like Anne and Joseph or Tankapan or something like that. Okay, it needs to be a word with meaning, right? And I mean, I can do it with all of those other words, but it'll be difficult for me to explain to you how I've done it. Okay, so are you clear? You have to open the book at random, pick the first word that you see which has meaning and tell me that word. And in 5 seconds, I will give you a film script, 30-second film script for drugs. How does that sound?
Awesome.
Okay, now just a small request for everyone. If everybody can please go on mute other than Atul, and just not shake too much, because what I'm doing is requires a lot of concentration and I don't want to be disturbed or distracted. Okay, so are you ready, Atul?
Yeah.
When I tell you, not now. Okay. Okay, tell me the word.
Operations.
Operations. Okay, so here's the idea. The film opens on a blank slate, black, okay? And a hand comes in with a hypodermic needle, okay? And chuck, plunges the hypodermic needle into the slate, okay? So you've got this hypodermic needle, injection needle, okay? Standing vertically like this, right? And then suddenly we see a man walk into the frame, okay? And we realize that he's the same size as the needle. And he calls other people, you know, and we see other people coming and they're pulling someone with them. And they're pulling this guy who has a long beard, long hair, okay? And they're pulling him, all of them, the whole mob is pulling him and they're shouting at him and they're stoning him, okay? And they take him and they place him against the hypodermic needle. Okay, so he's standing with the hypodermic needle against his back. And then they put up one hand like this. And they put up one hand like that. And they nail him. And this line comes down which says, drugs, the modern crucifixion. Okay, so you said operations. That got me to think about injection, and that got me to this crucifixion. Okay, so was that good?
Super.
Great.
That's what I also thought. Okay, so
Fantastic. Fantastic.
thank you so much. So now I'm going to show you how you can do this. If you're interested, yes.
Yes.
Actually, we don't have time. Let's stop, huh?
Like the serial maker.
Okay, no, I'm really
You've got the 5%.
Episode like this so that they come back.
Okay, you got
We can extend it 9:30, Adi.
I like you.
We have
the
timing till
5%,
9:30, don't worry.
Okay. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay, so here's how you do it. Okay, so I'm going to we're going to start small. Okay, firstly, how many of you know how to ride a bicycle? Okay, how many of you don't know how to ride a bicycle? Anyone? Suhani, wonderful. Okay, so Suhani doesn't know how to ride a bicycle. And let's say, who knows how to ride a bicycle? Sandeep, you know how to ride a bicycle? Yeah, okay. So Sandeep, I want you to theoretically explain to Suhani how to ride a bicycle.
Ride a bicycle and then ride and then
No. You have to explain to her theoretically. Go ahead.
Okay. First, put the cycle on the stand. Okay, and then you can go on the platform, and that way then you can cross the on the seat, and somebody can hold from the back. That's the one, and thereafter like release the stand. Gradually start like paddling till the time you balance, and thereafter you go on yourself.
Superb. Actually, a very good explanation. Superb. Suhani, now you know how to cycle?
Maybe I'm. She's out.
Virtually, I can cycle very well.
Theoretically. Okay. So we all know how we actually learned how to cycle. Okay. We learned how to cycle by actually sitting our bum on the saddle. Maybe daddy held our bum, you know, and we went with daddy and, you know, we said, daddy hai na? And daddy would say, haan beta, main hu. And then second day again, daddy would hold your bum and daddy hai na? Haan beta, main hu. And then this would go on. And then finally on the 7th day, you'd say, daddy hai na? and daddy's voice would come from far away. He'd say, "Ha, beta, main hu," and you'd realize that he wasn't holding you anymore, and plonk, you'd fall, right? That's how we all learned how to ride a bicycle. We all learned by actually learning how to, actually sitting on the cycle and cycling. Now, I'm trying to do exactly what Sandeep was doing, which is I'm trying to get you guys to theoretically understand how to be more creative, okay? So we know that you can't do it theoretically. You have to do it practically. So I'm going to show it to you now once. But if you really are interested, you're going to have to do it again and again and again, and follow the process again and again and again. And if you do that, if you really practice, then boom, you will be super creative. Otherwise, 5% guaranteed. Okay? Yes? Sounds good? Okay. By the way, you know that I cheated in that exercise now with Atul. Come on, guys. Don't tell me you're so gullible. You know I cheated.
No, no way.
No way, Adi.
Adi, you don't.
I did cheat. I did cheat. I didn't do that in 5 seconds. I did that in 5 seconds and 36 years. Because for the last 36 years, every morning I get up at 5 and I have to deliver something creative, a creative idea on demand every single day. And I've been doing it for 35 years. Now I can do it in 5 seconds. Okay. So don't be hard on yourself. Right now, just try and understand that the process works. Once you know that the process works, you can apply it again and again and again. And if you do it often enough, you can do it in 5 seconds. It's like riding a cycle. The first time you ride it, you're wobbly. But after about 3 months, you can ride without hands. You can stand on the saddle. You can do all of that stuff, right? But it needs that practice. Okay, so here's the simple thing that I want you to do. I want everyone to think, okay, that you are a part of a pen manufacturing company. Okay, you're in a pen company, and your goal is to create a new kind of pen. Pen, huh? Yeah? You have to create a new kind of pen. That's your goal. That's your objective. That's your purpose, your task. Okay? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to see if we can apply what Atul and I just did to this exercise. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Atul, since he has a book, right, to tell us words, okay? Any word that comes to in the book, right? And all of you just write those words down, whatever other words. So he's going to tell us 5 or 6 words, okay? Maybe 10, right? Whatever those words are, Atul, we will just write them down, okay? Don't worry, don't go further than that. Just that much. We're going to do this in slow motion. You have to know that the process works. Okay, Atul, tell us some words. Go ahead.
Value.
Value.
Understanding.
Understanding.
Clarity.
Clarity.
Customers.
Customer.
Services.
Services.
On demand.
On demand.
Affinity.
Affinity.
Hierarchy.
Hierarchy. Let's stop. Okay, excellent. Now, does anyone else have a book?
Oh, I can go get mine.
Nobody has a book?
Yeah,
I can get another book if you want.
No. Naresh has a book, of course. Naresh I can depend on. Yeah. So Naresh is going to pull out a few words.
I have a book.
Yeah, okay. Naresh was first.
Adi, I have a book.
Naresh has. Chalega. Yes, I love that book, by the way. Okay, so Naresh, go ahead.
Shook.
Sorry?
Shook. S-H-O-O-K.
Okay.
Yeah. Stood.
Okay.
Yeah. Rolled. R-O-L-L-E-D. Yeah.
What kind of book is this, man?
It's Sidney Sheldon's The Phoenix.
Okay. Go ahead.
Contact.
Okay. Superb.
Double.
Lovely.
Trouble.
Trouble.
Fly.
Fly. Superb. Okay. And now, Farida, you had a book.
Yeah.
Tell us some words from your book, Farida.
Code.
Code. Okay.
Learning.
Learning.
Revolution.
Revolution.
Empire.
Empire.
Earth.
Earth.
Convinced.
Convinced.
Century.
Century.
Speculators.
Okay, century. That's fine. Let's stop over there. Okay. Superb. Okay, now I'm going to tell you what I want you to do. I want you to just look at these words. Trust me, firstly. Okay. Look at these words and think of the pen. And when you see the words, you will feel like, can I combine these two things? Okay. Or does this word suggest something else to me? Just trust your mind. Okay. I'll give you an example of what I'm saying. There's clarity, right? Why can't we have a completely transparent pen? Okay. A completely transparent pen, clarity, right? Or suppose there is shook. Okay. So suppose we have a pen that if you get it, if it's lost, okay, you can press a beeper on your keychain and it will shake, vibrate like that. Okay. So I want you guys to now come up. Just look at your lists and tell me anything that might come up. Don't worry about it. Just tell me. Yes, Mansi.
So before we, just when we started listing down the words, on my screen, you are of course in the center. Sandhya ji is on your left and I'm on top of her. So as I was listing down the names, I saw Dr. Sandhya and of course you speaking and the others speaking. And then as we were going through the list, double and trouble just struck me a lot. And I thought of, manufacturing a pen, which is for women's safety. So when they're in trouble, the pen when you double click on the pen, a needle comes out of the pen.
Okay.
And
so
the woman
like
can literally, like a sharp cutter kind of a thing, and can, save herself by hitting. And
Brilliant. Outstanding, like a rape alarm pen or or a weapon. Outstanding.
Yes.
Completely outstanding. Anybody else?
Yeah.
Yes,
Can I-
Sandhya.
Innovation of the century. I have created a pen with an invisible ink with which you can write the code. And that's how you can, send the letter to your customers. They can heat that, provide heat to that page and they can read what is written.
Wow. So confidential documents. Okay.
Yes.
Excellent. Superb. Anybody else?
Hierarchy.
Who's this?
I'm Sandeep.
Yeah, Sandeep. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is I got like a hierarchy of the pens are there.
Yes.
This is the basically 1,000-year-olds, and then that way, then basically you're having the entire hierarchy of the range of the pens which is coming up.
I actually love that. And in fact, that suggests to me, just something you said, suggests to me like a Mahabharat of pens, so there's a Mahabharat collection of pens, you have all the characters of Mahabharat, some icons, a chariot, something else, all in pen form, so it's like a collection and you can actually collect, all of them. So yes, wonderful hierarchy. I love that. Anybody else? Yes, Hemant. Hemant,
Yeah.
go ahead.
The understanding.
Yes.
It's a pen which you write with that pen, and the person who's reading it gets translated in a language he or she understands.
Okay. So it's like an automatic translator. Yes.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay. And now notice what's happening. None of us are laughing at the idea. Okay. And I want to tell you why that's important. Okay. That's really important because many years ago, I did a workshop where somebody came up with a projector pen. And a few years later, they've actually got projectors which are that size. So the technology will take care of itself. Okay? Don't worry about that. And remember the fool on the hill. There'll always be somebody who laugh at it, but don't worry, it actually will make sense. Yeah. So it's very important that you don't criticize or evaluate ideas at the time that you're generating them. Okay. The idea is to throw the ideas on the table as freely as you can. And there's a reason for this. Okay. There's a neuroscientist, I think his name is Johann Lehrer. I'm not sure of the exact name. He's written a book called The Decisive Moment. And he speaks about the fact that there are, different parts to your brain, which everyone knows. But there's one part of your brain, which is a physical part, which he calls like a super brain. And he says that imagine a supercomputer sitting in your brain, in your head, okay, which works at lightning speed, right? And then there's your slow plodding normal brain, okay, which wants a reason for everything that you do, right? So this supercomputer brain, he'll just give you thoughts. He'll say, do this, do that, do this, do that, okay? And then your slow plodding brain will question him. But that super guy has already gone on to something else. He's not interested in answering your questions. He's just saying, Arey, do it. Don't do magajmari with me. And I'll give you some examples of this. How many times has it happened that you've been leaving your house and you see an object on the table? It could be a pen, it could be a keychain, it could be a notebook. And you say, should I take this with me? And you say, no, I don't really need it. And you walk out of the door and boom, that day you need that thing. Has it ever happened to any of you?
Yes.
That's your supercomputer that's working. That supercomputer has already understood that you're going to need that object. And it's telling your normal brain, boss, le lo. Your normal brain is arguing with your supercomputer and saying, nahi yaar, I don't need it. Supercomputer has already gone on to something else. He's not interested in the argument.
Umbrella. ऐसा होता है.
ऐसा ही होता है. Okay. So as a creative person, I have learned and I have trained myself to not argue with my super brain. Okay. And that's a very, very critical part of creative thinking. So whatever ideas come, don't reject them, don't negate them, collect them. You can always evaluate later and select whichever one is the most relevant to your problem. Okay. So somebody else had an idea. Hemant, very good. Anybody else from your list? Yes, Nidhi.
Again, it may sound stupid to my...
No. Don't even start with that.
This pen is revolutionary. It can decode the DNA of the person who's holding it.
Wow. Okay, so now think about this. Suppose you actually had a device which is like a pen, okay, which can actually decode DNA. Trust me, it'll happen. Okay, because she said it's going to happen, it will happen. You patent this now, I'm telling you now. Okay? No, seriously. Yeah. Long time back, somebody in one of my workshops said, Sabun wala pen. Everybody laughed. Then came 2020 COVID-19. And now you've got pen manufacturers actually manufacturing sanitizer pens.
Yes.
So, trust me, it'll happen. It's just a matter of technology. Okay? So, this is just a small glimpse of the process. It's very simple. All you have to do is go outside your problem cupboard, okay, to some other cupboard. And we're going to do one more exercise very quickly before I let go. Let's assume that you're working on a new kind of shoe, okay, manufacturing a new kind of shoe. And I'm going to give you some cupboards to explore, okay? So I want you to explore astronomy, physics, astronomy, physics, cookery, music, rockets, fashion, Opticians. Adventure. Geography. Okay, so anybody just look at those cupboards, and if anything suggests a new kind of shoe, just raise your hand and let's go for it. Yes, Jaggi.
A shoe with a compass or a
Ah,
GPS.
yes, a shoe with a compass. Yeah, we used to actually have those when we were kids. But what a wonderful idea to get that back.
GPS also. GPS too.
Yes, with GPS, a shoe with GPS. Why not? Why has nobody thought of that? A damn shoe with GPS. Superb. Maya? I can't hear you. You'll have to unmute.
I have 2 left feet. So if I could have some shoes where I go to a party and dance.
Wow. Okay. Okay. So a dance training shoe.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Let's, I
Since
mean,
you
I'm
said-
building on that. A dance training shoe, a shoe that can actually train you. Maybe it gives you a little nudge inside, left, right, forward, back. Okay. A dance training shoe. Yes, Deepak.
You know, a shoe which generates electricity to charge my mobile phone as I'm walking.
Outstanding. So, and we know the technology even exists,
Yeah.
right?
Yes,
So a
and-
shoe that actually generates electricity, which you can actually plug your USB into and charge your phone. Superb. And Mansi.
So I had the GPS on my mind, and I had another thing, which is that a shoe that can give you an experience of being on the moon. So it actually makes you weightless when you wear it.
Yes.
And you actually bounce like you
Wonderful.
would be on the moon.
And it'll happen. It will happen. Trust me.
I'll get it
Sandeep.
patented then.
Yes, patented. Sandeep.
Shoes which have a power which can make you go faster.
Yes.
Like a inbuilt this thing.
Like a turbocharge. Yeah?
Turbocharge. Yeah.
Yes. I think that's a great idea. Yeah. Sandeep.
It'll be called the bouncer.
The bouncer. Yes. Yeah, Sandeep.
Yeah, I'm saying shoes working as rockets.
Shoes working as rockets. Yes, rocket powered shoes. Yes. So that's really how simple it is once you allow the blocks to disappear from your brain.
Adi, can you actually, because you're the expert, can you associate cookery with a shoe?
Yes, why not? So a shoe with edible laces. Kids
Adi.
would love it. Yeah,
Adi.
yeah, Naresh.
I had something rather stupid about it, the same thing, the cookery thing. A shoe which has compartments where you can store little vials or cellars of salt, pepper, oregano. So you never run out of it, all those who need that extra stuff. So that was-
Excellent. Super.
but I had
Would be
another one
great
with
for a, would be
adventure.
great for a runner to have
A
salt.
shoe which works as a cooker, pressure cooker.
Yes, okay. And Naresh had another one with a
Yeah, for adventure. With adventure, actually, immediately what hit me was the road less traveled. So actually, shoes with a mind of their own, in the sense when you are about to take the normal path, it leads you on to something which I never tried before and makes you walk somewhere else.
Super, super. Okay, so now one last.
One last one. 1 minute.
Yeah,
This is an unusual one. This is an unusual one.
Go ahead.
The guy who wants to drink, will have a shoe which is like a the wine, the bottle which you have, and inside there he'll have chakna also.
2 in 1. Okay, so it brings a new meaning to hip flask. Okay, good. So yes, now I just want to show you why this works. Okay, just one last thing to show you why this works, and then I'm off. Okay, so I want you to do an exercise. So the question is really, fine, we're exploring all these cupboards outside, but how can I be sure that I'll be able to connect from food to shoe, or from something else to shoe? Or how did I know that I would 100% be able to connect from operations to drugs? How did I know? So here's a quick exercise. It's called association, word association, okay? It's a simple thing. All you have to do is, I'm going to tell you a word. Underneath that, you have to write a second word that connects to the first, then a third that connects to the second, and so on. I'll give you a quick demonstration of what I mean. Okay, word association. I'm just going to do it over here. Sorry. You can see this, everyone? Everybody can see my screen? Okay, here's word association. Word association. Tell me a word, someone.
Monkey.
Monkey. Okay, so I've done word association: monkey, donkey, animal, zoo, zookeeper, key, man who has the key in his hand. So I've done some word association. Okay, so everyone do word association now. I'll give you a word. Okay, and the word is job. So everybody has to write a second word that connects to the first, a third word which connects to the second, and so on. Job, J-O-B.
Money.
Yeah, don't say it. Just write it down.
I don't have.
Or think about it, or write it on your mobile phone. Okay, stop. How many of you have more than 2 words in your chain? Okay, superb. How many have more than 3? Yes, lovely. How many have more than 4? Excellent. How many have more than 5?
I have
Wow.
5.
You have 5. 6, 7. Fast writers. Okay, good. Excellent. Now we're going to do the ulta exercise, which is called word disassociation. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a word and you have to come up with a second word that has no connection whatsoever with the first word. Then a third word which has no connection with the second, a fourth word which has no connection with the third, etc., etc. But here's the thing. If any of your 2 adjacent words have even the slightest connection, and anybody in the room can come up with any weird connection, but if they can come up with a connection, then your whole chain is disqualified. Okay, so ready? Okay, the word is tree, T-R-E-E. Tree as in jhad, ped, tree.
Ocean.
No, don't say Baba. Right. No connection whatsoever. Remember, no connection whatsoever to tree. Your second word should have no connection whatsoever. Okay, stop. How many of you have more than 2 words in your chain? Okay, excellent. How many have more than 3? How many have more than 4? More than 5? Okay, 5. Wonderful. Okay, Sandeep has 5. Sandeep has 5. Okay, hang on. Sandeep has 5.
I got a 6.
You got 6. Superb. Okay, so everybody has full khunnas now on Sandeep. Okay.
I don't know whether it works or not.
He's the topper of the class. Okay. So full khunnas on the topper of the class. Okay. So Sandeep is going to tell us his word chain. And if anybody can see any connection between 2 adjacent words, let's say it so that we disqualify his whole chain and screw the topper of the class. Okay, done? Okay, Sandeep, tell us. First word is tree. Second word is?
AC.
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 Yeah.
Air conditioner. No
Air
connection.
Definite connection. Definite connection.
Tell us what is the connection?
Well, CFC is being emitted by air conditioners, killing the greenery and this whole thing. So killing a tree.
Oh, sorry, Sandeep.
Oh, they both give coolness. They both are cool.
There you go,
That's
another
also
one.
a fact, yeah.
Okay, so here's the secret.
AC on the tree.
Here's the secret. It's not possible to find 2 words that can't be connected. You will always find some connection because the human brain is a connecting brain. We will always find connections.
Good,
Okay?
Allah.
And that's why I can stand over here and tell Atul, boss, you give me any word from any book and I will give you a script in 5 seconds. And Atul knows, Atul is the only person in this room who knows 100% for sure that he and I have no connection, no setting whatsoever. Right, Atul?
Yeah.
You know for sure. And I know for sure we've never met. And there's no setting. And yet I could stand in front of you and say, whatever word you tell me from any book in the world, I will find a connection because there's always a connection. And the creative mind is just about letting those connections happen. So that's it from me, guys. Thank you very much. God bless.
Great, Adi.
Sorry for going so long.
No.
It was interesting.
longer.
It was fantastic. Thank
was
you. for
really
sharing.
fun.
Amazing knowledge sharing. Thank you.
Truly creative.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Back to the president, Nazneen.
Yeah, Adi, it was a real great session, innovative and interactive, and we all had a good laughs and fun. I'd like to request Naresh to please give the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Nazneen. And what do I say? You take some.
Adi doesn't have to give money to anyone.
No money back.
No money back.
Well, you take two hitherto unrelated things like Tamil blood and Parsi blood, mix it with dollops of genius and madness and utter crazy sense of humor. And that's what you get, a very, very relevant idea called Adipocha. I think today it was an absolutely fantastic session. You really opened our eyes. And actually, you opened a window into what these wonderful geniuses in your field, especially advertising and filmmaking, and what goes into the whole process of creativity. And though you made it sound very simple in terms of, made it possible for us to think that, we can also be creative, which is good, because I think we'll be a little more creative from now on. But I've been drawing cubes all my life, and I'm nowhere close to a Pablo Picasso for sure. But thank you for actually demystifying that process. I think this was absolutely brilliant. I think we could have gone on for another half an hour. So Adi, thank you so much. This will, I think, get us to think differently. And I think no one from now on, at least from this group, would ever say that we are not creative. Thank you for enriching our lives today, Adi. Truly. I mean, I've known you to be an absolute genius, but you make genius look simple. And that's, I think, your biggest contribution.
That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Naresh. Very kind words. Thank you.
Thank you, Naresh. That was really true what you said. And it was really inspiring. I mean, one thing is there that now we know that we should not feel unconfident about new ideas and afraid of it. Like we should be always open-minded about it. And it is possible with everybody, just that we get the fear of it kind of dampens the whole thing, basically.
I want to say one thing here is basically having known Adi for so many years, but basically when I got into studying with him in ideas, he made 2 films for me, and the ideas which he has put into those films have made a life game changer to both the aspects of creating both different films. One was related to my business and one was related to the social cause of Rotary, and they have really rocked both of them. Thanks, Adi.
Okay, I'd like to request Farida to make the secretarial announcements.
Thanks, Nazneen. Firstly, I'd like to thank our guests for joining us, and a total of 22 people on the call, 20 members and 3 guests. And the next meeting again is on Friday, 21st of August. I hope we're there in all numbers. Thank you very much. Over to Nazneen.
Yeah. Thank you, Farida. And officially, I adjourn the meeting. And if anybody wants to do any more inter-chatting, gupshup, the floor is open. Any more ideas from Adi or whatever, I keep it open. Sandeep ji, if you have thought of your song, finally, we can have one more song from you. Unmute yourself.
सुख दीपक यदि मुझे अलाउ करेंगे तो मैं गा सकता हूँ हर कर्म अपना करेंगे.
Definitely.
Just see him, just see him. दीपक आज 14th है, कम से कम 15 के लिए यार कुछ तो कर लो यार, ऐसा थोड़ी है.
जा भी देंगे,
देने गया है बाबा.
आओ यार, उनको रुलाना है तो रुलाओ. सैड सॉन्ग गाएंगे.
करम अपना करेंगे, हर करम अपना करेंगे, ऐ वतन तेरे लिए दिल दिया है जान भी देंगे, ऐ वतन तेरे लिए दिल दिया है जान भी देंगे, ऐ वतन तेरे लिए। दिल दिया है जान भी देंगे, ऐ वतन तेरे लिए। तू मेरा कर्मा, तू मेरा धर्मा, तू मेरा अभिमान है। हम जीएंगे और मरेंगे, ऐ वतन तेरे लिए दिल दिया है जान भी देंगे, ऐ वतन तेरे लिए दिल दिया है जान भी देंगे, ऐ वतन तेरे लिए। Awesome. हिंदू मुस्लिम सिख ईसाई हम वतन हम नाम है। जो करे इनको जुदा मजहब नहीं निजाम है। हम जिएंगे और मरेंगे, ऐ वतन तेरे लिए।
थैंक यू संदीप।
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
जाते जाते वतन की याद दिला दी, कल इंडिपेंडेंस डे है। So everybody wishing you all a very happy Independence Day. May our country prosper.
सुख दीपक थोड़ा कल देश
All
को
the
याद
same.
कर लीजिएगा,
किसको?
कुछ देश को याद कर लीजिएगा.
जिस देश में गंगा बहती है,
हाँ,
यहाँ पे
होठों
होठों
पे
पे
सच्चाई रहती है.
रहती है।
अच्छा, आज सच्चाई नहीं है, कल सच्चाई लेके आ जाना है. आज सच्चाई नहीं है, कल सच्चाई लेके आ जाना. होठों पे सच्चाई कल आ जाएगी.
Okay, guys. See you.
Guys, see you. Bye. Thank you so much.
Bye. Good
Okay,
night.
bye.
Be safe.
Thanks,
Take
Joseph,
care.
Nazneen. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, dears.
Wonderful session.
Bye.
Okay,
Networking.
guys.
Sachin.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, Faisal.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kuzam. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Sukhdev. bhai.
Thanks, Adi.
Thanks, Adi.
I
Bye.
was listening, but
Thanks,
yeah,
Adi.
Bye.
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 I
I
got
think
to.
I'd like to borrow some of your time.
Hello. Yeah.
Whose time?
This time. Okay, fine. Bye. Wish you all a happy Independence Day.
Yeah. Okay.
Bye. Bye.
Same to you.
Bye, everybody. Good night.
Closing.
Bye.
No. Bye. Bye.
Bye.